Hello grade 4, welcome to our new science session. Today we will study unit 9, lesson 3, what is heat? Let's get started. As we studied before, heat is one kind of energy. We studied many kinds of energy before, like heat, sound, light, kinetic, potential, mechanical, radio waves, and also electrical, chemical. Today we will talk only about heat. Do you remember the definition of temperature? Temperature means the measure of how hot or cold something is. Objects which are hot have high temperatures, and objects which are cold have low temperatures. Energy moves between objects that have different temperatures. To have hot or cold, to be having high temperature or low temperature. Heat is the energy that moves between objects of different temperatures. The difference in temperature makes the energy move. The energy will move because of this difference in temperatures. How does this heat move? Heat moves from an object with high temperature, this means that the object is hot, to the one with low temperature, which means it is cold. In other words, heat moves from a warmer or hot object to a cooler or cold object. Heat can move in different ways. The first way is called conduction. Conduction is the transfer or movement of heat between two objects that are touching. They touch each other, they are so close. This can also happen within an object, inside the same object, like inside your body. How does this happen inside our bodies? Heat moves from inside your body to warm your skin. Also, your feet and hands stay warm because heat moves all around your body. So, conduction is the movement or transfer of heat between two objects that are touching or even within the same object, like as we said, inside your body. Have you ever catch a piece of ice like this? What happens to your hand when you do so? Heat is conducted, it moves, it transfers from your hand because it's the hottest to the ice which is cold. Heat moves from the hot object to the cold one. So what will happen to the ice and what will happen to your hand? The ice will get heat, so it melts. What about your hand? Your hand will lose heat, so your hand feels cool or a little bit cold. Have you ever did so? Have you ever forgot or left your spoon in a hot soup for a long time? What will happen when you start to touch the spoon? You will feel it's getting hot. Heat is conducted from the soup to the spoon. Your soup, which is hot, has high temperature, and the spoon, which is cold, has low temperature. So the heat moves from here, the hot one, from the soup to the spoon. Heat is conducted from the soup to the spoon. Soon the spoon feels hot. Another way for moving heat is called convection. Convection is the transfer of heat within a liquid or a gas. a liquid or a gas. What happens? Do you remember the particles in a liquid or a gas? Yeah, as we said, they have spaces between them, so they move. Particles in liquids and gases move easily, and they take heat with them. While they are moving, they take heat with them. Heat from a campfire, do you know a campfire? Warms the air around it by convection. The heat is moving through a gas, which is air. Warmer air is always moving upward. It's moving up. It's flying up. In this case, the fire is source of heat in convection. There is something which is called convection current. What is the meaning of this? Let's imagine that this pot has water and it's put on the stove. Here it's hot because it's having fire, so the heat will warm the part which is down here. According to convection, what will happen? The hot part will move up and the cold one will get down to get hot also. So convection is happening here within a liquid. Did you watch this before? Inside this hot air balloon, hot air rises above cooler air. This is what we have just said in convection. The hot air is rising, flying up, and the cooler one is getting to be hot. That's what keeps a hot air balloon in flight. It's keeping it flying up. It's not getting down while this fire is warming or heating the air inside it. A third way for transferring or moving heat is called radiation. What is radiation? Radiation is the transfer of heat without matter to carry. There is no matter, no solid, no liquid, and no gas, only moving in the space without any matter. Heat leaves one object and goes directly to another object without traveling or moving through any matter. You feel the heat from the fire because it warms the air. Is it radiation? No, it's not radiation like this, it's convection. And it also warms you directly through radiation. So when you feel warm while you are sitting next to fire, this is because of two things. Convection, when the heat moves through the air, and also radiation, when the fire warms your body directly without hitting the air. The main source of heat, as we said before, on Earth is the heat of the sun. Heat from the sun radiates through the space. There is no matter in the space and through the atmosphere before it warms Earth. On Earth there is air, but before reaching Earth it radiates through the space and through the atmosphere. So it's radiation. Let's summarize these three ways of transferring or moving heat: conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction happens between solids that are touching. Convection happens through gases and liquids. Radiation happens without matter to carry heat. Thank you, grade 4. That's all for today, and see you next time. Goodbye.